Good morning. Welcome to Satsang. A non-searching mind leaves you alone in yourself. Means a mind which has been seen for non-existent, yet it can appear and disappear, goes on changing. So that's it. You can add a few things if you like. So it's up to you what you would say. That would be nice to hear. Yes? Hi,
So, after our last talk,
yeah.
my search stopped. And in that moment, all power was gone from the mind. The mind seemed to lose its power, its hold.
It's so-called power.
It's so-called power. Because I don't know how to express very well, but
No, it's perfect.
everything seemed to be seen in that moment.
Yeah.
And it felt like I would never go to the mind again for any reassurance or looking to the mind for anything.
Yeah.
But then you said at the end of the last satsang, if I remember correct, if your search was over, but it felt like you still did not know yourself. And this, I had to, although it seemed ridiculous to question, I still had to look and check.
No, the moment you would not need to check is the best. Because you see, what does the mind? Okay, search and all that. Somehow, he emptied itself, he surrenders more or less to nothing. Going again and again back towards the source of it. But till the last breath of the mind, he will try to check. Is this? Do I fit what I hear that I can trust, and so on. So, if you give the slightest power to even one thought, the mind goes back to its so-called all power. Yeah.
Yeah, this is where to be vigilant
and
not landing really
makes
sense to me at that time.
Okay. And now?
Yeah.
Very nice, very lucky.
Yeah, it was just something kind of itching again to say not to miss. I just didn't want to take any, I don't want to take any risk now.
So you feel you missed?
the experience in the moment felt so precious.
Yeah, right. But do you feel you missed?
No.
Then don't go back to that idea.
Thank you.
You see, it's the old language to say, I miss myself and all that. It's old language of the mind when it was taken for real. Otherwise, what does it mean? If it is about that which is without beginning and without end, there is even nobody to miss anything. Yeah. You pass on the mic. Hi, Maitreya.
I was wondering the other day why it took so long.
You speak loud, please. Yeah.
Yeah, why it took so long
Yeah.
to find what's obvious, what's so near.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and see, I had so many ideas
Yeah.
about realization, enlightenment, but it was never lost. So, it's like with 10th man, lost 10th man. It was never lost, you know, suddenly we clicked.
Yeah.
It became obvious.
Yeah. Very nice. Is the story alive?
Yeah.
That's the real. Beautiful. Beautiful. Means the company of satsang is a good company. And do you know what it is?
So near.
Huh?
It's so near.
Yeah.
I cannot.
I think it would be good to say, yeah, one doesn't know what it is because the obviousness of it is even more than a knowledge. Something like that. Let it go somewhere. You have to keep it now. You are lucky. Hi.
Hi, thank you. I'm coming with a very earthly topic, which is family. I was very good and very well before they arrived to visit me, and looks like
I was on my enlightened cloud before they visited me.
not enlightened, but I was at least a spiritual seeker. That was still okay. And now it's nothing. It's a full disaster. And I can see this identity as a daughter, sister, is very strong.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
There will always be something very strong in the mind. And yeah, exactly. Because you see, the mind wants to maintain his mastership. I'm real. That is his mastership, you see. Yeah, but then you see what a luck. You are confronted with maybe the price to pay, which is not to consider any role. You have not to transform the role, but I am not a role. In fact, who I am is in no relationship. It can create all relationships possible, but I am that from where everything appears and disappears. You see, and all your efforts of before, they've been swept away. You could see that now. Very good. It means no effort will do. Because the efforts are in the mind. What do you think this poor mind can do? It cannot do anything because it comes from where you are, is a product of what you are, non-existent because it goes on changing, yet, as we know, it still appears and disappears. So one confuses always himself to be someone. And that's why he makes efforts, because to take birth already was an effort. Someone knows only efforts, even the lazy ones. They try hard to remain lazy also. Everybody makes efforts in this life. Effort not to die. And so on and so on. So, it's really, if you could hear, if you could trust, because it's a question of trust, you are already that. Efforts or no efforts will never do it. But for that, at least, I trust it so fully that a split second is naturally given to that. And then you will see what is the mind. And whenever it appears as there is still a life attached to this body, no problem. It's myself in this form, but I don't confuse myself also for a form. So it must have been meant for that the cows came from your beloved ones, just to show you how the one you think you are is just helpless, hopeless to maintain any attainment about this search of liberation, about what you are. It shows abdication. It's not an attainment, never forget. It's just to surrender the so-called love we have for the mind which makes us suffer. Tell me.
It's just love in my heart for you and for filling up grudge. I don't have words.
I didn't hear well, but just it's that direction. It's that direction, no other direction, you see. Yeah.
There is, of course, there are voices in the mind coming that abdication means to drop the relationship, basically. But it's
Don't listen.
Yeah.
Just don't touch what is there. Don't try to transform anything. Be more quiet in yourself, quieter and quieter towards yourself. And then things will look like changing, or you would not care that much. You see? So, once for all, you have to hear, not to listen to the suggestions of your mind. He will always mistake. Please. And have a good time. And have a good time. You just pass on and then everybody's troubled, it's good. Very quickly, huh? You have to... You tell something. Even if you don't want to, just tell something. Don't search, huh? Just tell something. That's good. I'll give it to Chris. Yeah, he came. You came. Yeah. What brings you?
Well, what I think brings me is never true. It cannot be a decision.
But if it was so true for you that it's never true, you would not have come. So please, what brings you?
Never speaking of it. I don't really know what I'm afraid of, in a sense, to really let go completely of this mind.
So you are not knowing what you are afraid, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, of? To finish
Letting-
off. So
yes.
it's not finished off. The search is not finished.
No.
Okay. And where do you place yourself? What is the experience which is the most valuable for you?
Experience, I mean, there's some influence still of the mind, of the seeking mode.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see that there's a going along with this voice. I mean, it's not really going along. I don't lose myself in this sense. I don't become time really, but
Mm-hmm.
there's a belief in the appearance. Something is still there in a sense. And it's also not true what I'm speaking now. We have to get somewhere.
Yeah, but that's your knowledge, huh? You have a
Yes.
knowledge. Okay. Yes, I think
Too much knowledge.
I think we had the same conversation before.
Yeah?
Yeah, I remember now.
Okay.
You know the subject quite well. I would not say that it's totally well, otherwise I think it would have been dropped.
Yes.
So you learned a lot, you heard a lot,
Yes.
you loved it a lot.
Yes.
You still love the knowledge, or you start to be fed up.
It's a hinderness, the knowledge, because
It's a what?
a hinderness.
Eagerness.
Obstacle?
Obstacle, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's somebody knowing this thing. that-
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly. So when the knowledge comes, what do you do with it? You munch it, you look at it.
Yes. Still.
Still.
I mean, there is some. It loses its strength because I see more and more because it is what keeps me really away from seeing my true face, so to speak.
Yeah, and so why do you still do it? What comes in your...
There's a fear. No, I don't want to make up a story or come with knowledge now because it's not really helping. Why am I doing this? There's some alive belief of an I that is doing this. Or that
Because you maintain the knowledge.
Yes.
It's linked, huh?
Yeah.
The knowledge is so attractive, so it looks like real. Because you are not questioned, you are real. It's not the contrary.
Yeah.
It's because the base looks real. The one I think I am, even if you know that thinking is not it, but still the thinking remains. Because the knowledge doesn't have the function to root out. It has the function to give a best direction, a new information, a best direction even, can give experiences, but it will not root out the root of this belief, the manifestation, the creation is real. So, what's left if you... But you still like to listen, so I cannot help you. I will help you when you are exhausted, you are finished. It's enough with that. Maybe it can come very quickly, since you came.
Yes.
So, is it like this now? not. Okay, I will wait that moment. I will wait for that moment.
Yes.
But you see, yourself creates the delay. Huh?
Yes.
You know the tricks. You want to speak? Where is your search? What are you doing? Hmm?
Well, I wanted to talk with you about the beginning of my search, which was an experience.
Yes, no doubt, no doubt. And
Yeah, and it was a spontaneous experience, and afterwards, and hearing you, I know it wasn't it, but it felt so whole and complete, like there could be nothing other than that.
yes, yes.
And it was in time, and it was a feeling like I was being called out of my own heart, and I was everything, and there was no edges, no boundaries. I looked for where I ended, and I couldn't find it.
Yes.
And it was like loving itself in a sense of I amness, which I think is what it was.
Okay.
But the mind was still very active, and there was still experiences in the body during it that I think I landed on afterwards, because
Okay.
a lot of fear came up, and a sense of unreality to the world that for a few months, like everything looked like a theater set, like it didn't have a reference point for me, and that scared me a lot because I didn't have any context for it.
Yeah. Long ago, right?
5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In time, yeah. Yeah, but you see, because of that blessing, I would say, the blessing, a kiss of the self,
Yeah.
which took you by surprise, in time, you search in the right direction. You come to satsang, which exactly points out to what you are, but not only to this aspect of you. That was an aspect, you see?
Yeah.
An aspect which is generally not experienced by those who are only busy and attracted by objects. And still, it is also an object, because you can describe, and there is still someone who can enjoy the vastness. So, now you go for the real thing,
Yes.
which is already new, which is you. And so don't listen to your mind, which tries to figure it out, even through experiences.
Yeah.
Can you lose it then?
There's something that I trust. still don't know myself.
Yeah, but you will never know as you have known those experiences. You will never know you are because you are it. When one say, I know myself, it's a bit like I said previously. It's like an obviousness which is overpowering knowledge or not knowledge of the mind. Okay. So your attention is still towards the mind.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So try to see that it's a movement. You go into a movement. And any movement of the mind will direct you looking like far away from who you are. So that's why it is that word keep quiet means abide in yourself as you are, as you already are. Abide in yourself, and whatever comes afterwards is the mind. And is there any interest in the mind when you know that it makes you search? You want to say something? You're new, huh?
Yeah.
Yes. It's too early?
I don't have a question.
No? Okay. You know everything? Maybe? Maybe, how can I know?
Yeah, just I came to meet you in your presence and
Yeah, but you see, my presence throws you in your presence, in what you are.
Yeah.
And that is important, essential.
Yeah.
Okay, so enjoy your own presence then.
I feel that there's been a very deep realization of what I am, but I'm still in this stage where the mind is still active and attention keeps going to the mind, so it's still back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah, but why you want that the mind appears differently? You would have been dead then. One is dead when the mind doesn't function.
Yes.
So mind means duality.
Yes.
Yes? So let him have his life. It will end on its own.
Yeah, just don't give it attention.
Or know what it is. Attention, sure, sometimes you give attention, but you know what it is. Yeah?
It's just thoughts.
It's just non-existent.
Yes. It's easy to forget that sometimes.
Huh?
It's easy to forget that sometimes. It's no, but sometimes.
And then forgetfulness belongs to what? The forgetfulness belongs to what?
Yeah, it's like being in a trance.
To the mind. Forgetfulness is in the mind. The remembrance is in the mind. Realization is not in the mind. Then forget your remembrance. Yeah.
That's what I try to do.
You see, a remembrance is an attainment, so one loves it too much as a person. Because finally there is some result in my search, you know. That also is too much.
It's like there is a sort of a deep, like there has been a deep realization of what I am, which is sort of the vastness in which the mind and everything appears and disappears. Just that often attention can go to the mind's activities, and it's like being sucked into a dream for a while, and then I wake up, oh wait, that's just the thoughts. And then the attention can go back to the thoughts, so it's like being sucked into a dream, waking up again, falling asleep again, waking up again.
Mm-hmm. Is there something wrong there?
It's just still the old habit, I think, the habit of being identified with the thoughts. I'm thinking that for me.
Okay.
So that's why I came to listen to you.
But you discovered yourself.
Maybe, but I keep forgetting.
How can you forget yourself? It must have an image that you forget. Otherwise, if you don't have an image, what does it mean? Tell me. This has to be solved. Huh? What does it mean? Because you see, you insist on the vastness of the vastness, but you cannot feel the vastness all the time. It's not true. It's not true. So it's an image. It meant something because it was the opposite of limitation and all that, and it showed you, oh my God, who I am. You can have that insight, an illumination, I would say. Oh, then everything is put into place. But then from there, honor who you are means whatever rises has no existence. So forgetfulness too, what does it mean? It's a mind. He forgets an image. Let him forget an image. That will free you.
It's more that in these moments of forgetting, there is a perceived suffering that feels very real. So
Yeah,
like the
sure.
woman was saying that I also have one person with whom the ego awakens a lot. And,
The ego awakened?
The ego in interactions with this person, the family member.
I didn't follow.
Like the woman was saying with her family. A person.
It stirs up. But you see, it can be like this, and it can be not a problem, even if it is okay. It's not my most agreeable moment, but then what? You see. But if you react like this, it means you give power to the mind. So it means your remembrance is unexperienced, is not yet who you are.
My remembrance and experience is not yet who I am.
No. Even if it looks like. And that's why this is possible. Otherwise, you see, once you realize yourself, there is no return back to anything. And yet the things go on as looking like before. But it's no more a question, you see. If you can surrender to that direction, then you free yourself.
maybe another question then. Is it okay to still follow earthly desires, like finding a nice home, a partner, or is that in somehow...
You see, don't consider, do whatever you like. What counts is your real love. I love myself. If I don't know yet, I desire to love myself and do whatever gestures or action. It will not be important. The thing is that generally one serves many love, they have many mistresses and misters and whatnot, you see, with the same intensity. So the search to be yourself, or just the abidance in yourself, is that so strong, or so, don't put now the quality of strength, but it's so essential that the rest is life, you know. Then who cares? You are with somebody, not somebody. Anyway, there is always somebody. Huh? Yeah. So don't worry. But worry more, do I really desire, before I die, do I really desire to free myself? And do whatever you like. Yourself will make a natural selection of what you really don't want to go again there, because you don't want to be so distracted from what you really love, you see? It will be natural. No? Yeah.
So what I try to do over these years is to create somebody out of the knowledge. Yes.
Yeah, very good, you see it. So do you want to keep it?
It doesn't have so much credit anymore. But
That's not
never
enough.
pays back,
That's
because
not
it's in
enough.
time and
Yeah.
you know.
And remember, it keeps you searching or finding. It's not freedom.
But only an image.
It's
Which is
yeah.
created by
It's
the
not
knowledge.
freedom.
Yes.
It's not liberation of whatever. You see? So just see. Okay, you attained your desire to have knowledge. Now it's done. You still search. It's suffering. You agree? So now be wise. I don't say knowledgeable. Just be wise. Be yourself. And don't give any credit, any dues to anything else. Yes. Hi.
Hi, Master. It's it's my first time in your presence. In my life, when I try to sit in silence, I feel everything becomes more clear and easier. Although I feel the mind is very strong and always creating stories and a struggle and war inside, I feel I just have to let go and be patient. But when I have to go back to my daily life, I find it very difficult to take decisions and also remaining a watcher, or not identified. When I have to decide what to do in my life,
Sure.
I feel in a struggle.
Yeah.
I feel pulled by what is right and what is wrong, and I'm always afraid of losing my path to freedom.
Yes, I understand.
And I feel fractured between a life of isolation where I only meditate, but I also feel that it might not be the right way, and sometimes I don't know what to do.
Okay. Yes, I understand. You see, that separation you make between meditation and the life causes the whole trouble, and it is due to that there is still somebody doing the whole thing. Huh? When you don't understand what I say, you stop me.
Yes.
There is somebody. That somebody is in the life, and we know what it means. And then somebody loves more and more to be in silence. It looks more true, actually, yes. But there is something strange. It's always the experience of somebody. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So now, it's a very good moment for you, since you question, who is that somebody? Why am I so sure that I have to start everything from somebody? Is there anybody? Who am I in reality? Where do you go when you ask this question?
I don't know. I feel like I am a lot of things, and I'm not any of them also.
Okay, so don't rest in any answer. So every time you have an answer, who am I? Who am I to have this answer? Who am I? What is this I? I tell you already, the real answer of this is not in the mind. So it will not be in an answer of the mind. It will not be in an experience, let it be sensual, emotional, or conceptual. You understand that?
I don't know. As you are telling me that, I feel very calm and
Yeah. Don't rest there. Even. But good direction. But don't rest there.
it comes the feeling of afraid when I come out. When I have to make
Don't
choices.
go there. Who am I? Don't be busy with what happens to I. Because then you give reality always to the somebody. So for one, discard the whole thing. Free yourself from the whole thing.
Always.
Whenever you have the fire for it. And it can be anywhere, at any time. And it can be also the unique time. Yeah?
I think so.
No, don't think. Don't think. Because the thinking is delay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
In our last exchange,
I forgot what it was.
you told me the work is done.
Yeah. It looks not.
Vigilance will stay till it burns by itself.
Why you ask this question?
Because it's so precious, and
It's so precious that you have not to go into any question. Only like that you honor the preciousness of it.
the mind try. When I say vigilant, that I'm not going with what he's saying. I'm not following. I have to be super vigilant. Oh no, not oh no.
You see, at some point, you have to get 100% trust. 100% trust that it's already there. It didn't need the vigilance of someone. Where are you?
A thing that m'a beaucoup frappé, it's make me something.
Yeah.
And it was that mala of knowledge.
Ah.
Will you please say more?
It's an image. I want to say that you see, a seeker is just someone who seeks. He is waiting for a result, for the attainment, which is called liberation. Yeah? Till he hears, oh, liberation doesn't mean at all an attainment, so there will be nobody there to attain. Okay? But before you can hear that, according to the commitment you give towards that tremendous desire for liberation, for freedom, you can get a few insights. But since they are insights about yourself, as you feel so, I call them revelations. You see, you have revelations. Somehow you even feel that when you have a revelation, it doesn't come from you. It comes from somewhere else. And you are the watcher of it. And then you can even write them or tell them. They speak about the truth. Yeah? And then the revelation is gone. So you have a thread, the seeker, he can put a bead of his mala or one revelation. I guess after 108 beads of mala, maybe the time to see that was still something. Why? Because there was still someone having a revelation. You see, the mind will try to the max to own even that. Now, I would say that the sacred books, it's like revelations, because whatever is expressed is the truth. But those who wrote that, they were not a doer anymore. There was no channel of a doer. There was no experiencer. It was just a great compassion of the self to keep or to give some direction of what is, of itself. So be careful with revelations in the sense that generally those who are still a doer and have revelations, then after they write books, they teach because they know the truth. Better to run away from there because nobody owns the truth. And once you are freed, who cares about revelation? And if there is one, you just enjoy. You just enjoy. As you can enjoy something else too. But you just enjoy the perfection, the pristinity of what's expressed. That's all I can say. Huh? It makes sense or not?
Yeah, but there is a big afraid about the revelation. Because
But it comes without you willing or not. Huh?
yeah.
No? Just if you are still somebody who is afraid, then a revelation comes, very good, forget it. Otherwise, you see, you will always depend on something. You will depend on revelation, the next, and the next. And they don't come so often to a doer.
Yeah, also on last month you told me be careful about the feeling of that, because it's not that.
Oh yeah.
So it's all this.
All this is creations, are creations. Who are you? Hmm?
Yeah, when I'm asking this, no answer.
Yeah, but don't stay in the answer. No answer is an answer. Don't stay there, rather. You see, revelations is called revelation when there is still somebody, really. Otherwise, it will not be called like that. And all those revelations creates channel, mediums and whatnot, in between. Oh, no. Fake, all this is fake. So, yes. Hi.
So I feel that the work is done with my mother.
The work is done with your mom?
Yeah, yes, but I usually process a lot with her.
Yeah, okay.
And actually from this marriage, I felt that I'm going back to the kind of normal world, to live in this world, not only to follow the spiritual rules, and I put myself into this cage, I realized.
Yeah, okay.
So,
But why you started with your mother?
yes, I'm going there.
Okay, okay.
So,
To understand you better.
and yeah, and in this summer actually I felt that I don't want to, it takes too much effort to be with her.
and she wants me to be different, spend my money differently.
Yeah, but that story is universal, my dear. From, I think, from the beginning of the evolution till now. The mother. And Gopal! The mother. Hey, you, mama! Okay.
So now I feel, because I understand, I feel that she has some needs, like that, I don't know, expensive gifts she wants to have. And now, yes. And now I have a choice to play this game with her.
Listen, you are here for yourself. You've put your sandals out, means your mother is out also. Only here it's for you alone. You have this birthright, you alone. Speak of what you like, what you want to achieve this life.
I have it all. I
Huh?
have it all.
You have it all.
I'm choosing a horse here in Portugal. This is what I do and I love it. But still another topic is coming up.
I don't understand. You horse now? You have a horse?
This is my dream and I'm here to have a horse. So I have it and I want to have what my soul needs. But another is coming up, so what can I do?
I don't know if I am the best person to help you. I don't understand. Mother horse. But listen, do you understand me if I tell you? You can leave the horse. Generally, we never enter into a room with a horse. You leave the horse, the cats, the dogs, I don't know, the full zoo, and the mama, with all the respect, there with your sandals. It's a symbol to mean you come to satsang. This is not a course, it's satsang. It means it's only for you.
But this is here for me. Okay, so in this case, thank you, I'm good.
Chai. Down to chai. For chai. Take 2 cups for chai. Your mama and for you. You have to take 2 cups of chai.